Hey adults, name's Bryce Anderson. And yeah, I'm the most popular 13-year-old in Plainview. I'm that cool. You're probably wondering why such a cool guy was wanting to write in some bummer journal. So my dad, Beta by the way, told me, Alpha obviously, that I should write down my life events on this. So when I become a celebrity, I won't have to talk to some plebs about my whole life story. Trust me, it will help in the long run, son. I guess I should note all of my feats for the future husbands to admire. 1. I got the most candy grams last year. 2. I'm dating the fourth prettiest girl in my grade, Holly Hills. She a bop for real though. You. 3. My uncle's a famous singer named Joshie or something. See, that would be cool if it wasn't for the fact that all of his songs are lame. It's all dumb family friendly stuff to teach kids about the value of being nice. Like, just put the fries in the bag, bro. I actually have a good taste in music, so I listen to dark, fricked up, and twisted songs when I have to fug it through. And of course, funk when I'm doing my daily reps. I'm one tough cookie, bruh. I F with this heavy, bruh. Most people wouldn't understand how hard life is for a rich boy like me. Any other noteworthy stuff about me? Well, I have a mom since my dad's rich. She doesn't need to get a job, so I use her as a personal helper in the house. Plus a cereal bop. Some losers might say that I'm way too harsh, but come on. How hard is it to take care of one child? Anyways, once I go to school tomorrow, you guys will really see how dope my life. Wednesday, never freaking mind. Today was one of my lowest days. I felt like nobody cared for me. I hate my life. Okay, so once I got off my private car, I got my usual standing ovation, but that was it. Woohoo, Bryce, hey, Bryce. Look at glazing. Nobody even did a backflip. Once I got to class, I got a golden buzzer, and the teacher gave me $1,000 and requested to polish my shoes. Same old, same old. During reading class, I got picked to read a part of the text, and after I was done, all of the fine shit started clapping and complimenting my deep voice, and all of the guys started sacrificing their testosterone to me. Boring as flip. Baka. Yee! Bryce! During PE, we had to play basketball, and the coach paid me to be team captain for some reason. Anyways, my team got 50-0, and all of the points were mine. Rah! Only other notable moment was when all of the students gave me their prime and lunch leave. Yeah, that's all that happened today. Ugh, I'm so lonely and ugly. Only 10 girls wanted to massage my feet instead of the usual 13. You heard me. The only thing that made me feel better was that on Wednesday, I cheated on Holly with Bailey in the empty science room. Damn. What? Don't look at me. I can't have this many hearts being into me and not do something about it. I only got with Holly because she helps me with homework. Anyways, the idea of being devoted to one person was made by wussies who are too scared that their girl will cheat on them, as if I could ever give a crap about Holly. So yeah, I basically have nobody in my life, excluding my mom, dad, girlfriend, friends, etc. I hate it today. Thursday, as if yesterday wasn't already bad. Get this, as I was skipping class, as usual, I peeked into the science room because I knew Holly was there, and I saw her talking to a guy. How could she, after all I've done for her? When have I ever done anything wrong to her? Never date a bop. They always backstab and cheat on you in the end. And who even was that kid? I've never seen him around. I'm guessing he's some dumb Russian exchange student. I'm finna crash out. I need to know who that beta is. Nobody gets in the way of my huzz. I did some digging after school and found out that this schmuck is called Greg Heffley. Wimp, by the way. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows who this guy is. But I'll make him pay. No girl cheats on me. Count your days, Greg. I'm coming for you. Of course, Holly tried to talk to me today. I find it funny how she's pretending she's not a cheating skank. But she could be useful for now. I confronted her about Greg and she gave some bullcrap response on how she barely knows him. Poppycock. Oh, I kinda know him. He was my lab partner yesterday. I think you'd like him too. I'd like him? Brother, you're not getting that frapple bop. Whatever. What she says doesn't matter. I'm gonna beat his lights out. What I'm gonna do is jump Greg when he least expects it in front of everyone and beat his ass. That's actually very fair because you should always keep your guard up. So that would be on him. As soon as the final bell rung, me and my crony striked. Get him, Bryce. Woo, Bryce. Hell, you like dumb apples, Greg. That chump didn't even have time to react. What an absolute loser. All this talk about stealing my girlfriend and he's too weak to even fight back. The husband loved this. After I was done with him, he looked completely out of it, bro. Humbled, bro. The crowd was dead silent. I guess me suddenly beating some random kid took them by surprise. So I had to provide context for these non-funk listeners. That's what you get for trying to touch my girl, Greg. Suddenly everyone started cheering. Just the kind of reaction I wanted. I left the scene before the teachers caught me. Not like I would have gotten in trouble anyways. Moral of the story, don't mess with me, Snowflake. The next day I showed up to school, but it looked like that Greg guy didn't. Blood knows not to mess with the alpha. I picked up one of the new issues for the school newspaper. You won't believe what it said. It said that Greg tried touching my girlfriend the other day and she told me. I then proceeded to valiantly beat him up in the name of justice. The house is definitely going to love this. No, was this information true? But is it good for my image? Absolutely. No one gave a frick about that Heffley kid anyways, so not much was lost. But for me, this was a huge. Now more people love me more than ever for being a creep. I alone am the nonchalant one, okay? Suddenly, the morning announcements came in and told everyone to come to the auditorium to see me make a speech. I definitely didn't sign up for this jaunt, but hey, my house and bros alike need to know how I'm doing, I guess. The teacher told me to talk about how bad of a person Heffley is, but I decided to do something different. We bring the boom. Everyone loved me. Beforehand, there were some weirdos that tried to be alt and call me a bad person or whatever. But now that I beat a very bad person, even though emo was, supports me now. We bring the boom. I need to do something with my new popularity, right? Maybe I should get these people to buy me V-Bucks so I can get the new Skibbity toilet back bling. But then it hit me. What if these people found out Heffley didn't really harass my girlfriend? I've hit my peak in popularity, by the way. I definitely don't want to lose it now. If Heffley comes back to school and tells people that I lied, I may or may not be cooked. I have to silence him. One thought came up and make his whole family move out of Plainview. Kind of like that A-Pole kid moving back to California because of the whole T-Touch ordeal. Now, just imagine this with the poor Heffley family. Once Greg's out of the picture, I'll remain the hero with no chance of failing. Meh, I'll figure out soon enough. Today I tried to sniff out some info for where the heck Greg is, and after some searching I found out that he has a friend? What the fuzz? His name is Raleigh Jefferson. I actually know him from a bit ago when he got with the final boss, Abigail Brown. She was also just used him to get back with her ex-boyfriend. Anyways, what I have to do is ask Raleigh where Greg is and I can finally finish him off. But out of nowhere, Holly approached me. Bryce? What is it with this girl? She's acting like my actions have consequences. She confronted me about this Greg drama and how Greg wasn't being touchy or whatever. So I pulled her aside to tell her something very important. Listen to me, Hills. If you think you can leak this little lie, then you are solely wrong. Let the big man handle this woman. Okay. I didn't want to cause a scene, so I left her there. Who does this chopped shit think she is anyway? Maybe I need to cheat on her with Bailey twice a week now. I cannot stand this whiny huzz. I went to find Raleigh in the cafeteria, but he was gone. I guess bro locked in and realized I was onto him. It's not like that fatty could have run far, but I couldn't be bothered. I got home and told my dad all about my newfound popularity. He's the only one that kind of gets me, but he tells me to find real friends. All right, Unc. It's not like I see you hang out with many people anyways. I told him about the whole Greg Heffley drama and he said something very interesting. Hey, I know that family. Mr. Heffley works for me. I just got the perfect idea. If I can figure out how to find Mr. Heffley from his job with my dad, which shouldn't be that hard, then that should be more than enough motivation to move away. It looks like I won't even need to talk to Raleigh at all. All I need to do is figure out how to get Mr. Heffley fired. Today's the weekend, so I do have plenty of time to figure out how to get rid of Greg. My dad went to work and accidentally left his computer on. SMH, shake my head, bro. All right. I realized I could use this chance to snoop through his computer. I went through some files and found Mr. Heffley's resume. Oh, this guy is so cooked. Apparently, my dad's job is to look over and edit people's info, so this couldn't be easier. I did some interesting things to his resume that's bound to raise some eyebrows. Frank Heffley, occupations, office worker, part-time accountant, SCX offender, serial killer, and does an F with the hot tour. And he's also a creep on the job. This will definitely set some alarms and get him fired. I'm kind of good at this running lives thing, huh? Maybe I should become a lawyer. My dad always told me that any job I want, I could get. He says sob stories on how he used to be poor, but built his company from the ground up. Hopefully, I don't have to do that much work. I want to live life on easy mode because a nice guy like me deserves it. Guess who I saw the next day? None other than Greg Heffley. He looked pretty badly beaten. That's what happens when you mess with the alpha, SMH, my head. As I expected, nobody wanted to talk to him. Not even his apparent best friend, Rowley. Rowley? You're a bad person, Greg. What can I say? This is karma at its finest. Blood thought he could talk to my girlfriend that I actively hate. Even the teachers ignored him. Very much deserved. He was miserable, all according to plan. All I have to do is wait until his dad gets fired and then they'll both be gone and I can keep being popular. Speaking of which, the school signed a deal with my parents on renaming the school after me, Bryce Anderson Middle. I'm thinking, I like that name. Now that everyone loves me and the school's basically mine, there's nothing that I can do wrong, right? Today was my usual cheat on Holly with Bailey Day. Nothing too bad until I saw Greg and Holly talking in the corner of my eye. That cheating skank is back at it again. And don't even get me started on Greg. Who does this guy think he is? Messing around with the most popular guy's girl? I'm tired of only thinking she has the right to cheat on me. I want to confront her. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Hey, what do you think you're doing? As soon as Greg saw me, he tried to run away, but I easily caught up to him. How about I give him one final beatdown before he leaves my town for good? I was in the middle of doing that, but Holly caught up to me. Bryce, stop! Oh goodness, here comes the Bob spilling random BS. She had the audacity to tell me that she was just taking him to the infirmary and that he never did anything inappropriate to her. She said this in front of the whole school. She basically exposed everyone that I beat Greg for no reason. Can this baby not shut her mouth? Ugh, I've done nothing but be a good boyfriend to her. You know what? I'm done with this chick. I'll give her the karma she deserves and everyone will cheer. No one likes her anyways. I am king. But for some reason, no one clapped. And then these nobody started yelling at me. Do they not know who I am? She didn't do anything for Bryce. Leave her alone. Did you seriously lie about that Greg kid stuff? I tried to tell them that Holly was the bop and should be the one getting the blame, but they didn't listen. I had to go. People were mad at me, but the Bryce, how could they hate me? Does this mean that, nah, I'm definitely still the most popular guy in the school. I knew I shouldn't have slapped Holly in public. I was walking home and checked that social media. Somebody posted the fight and Holly's saying the truth about Greg. I'm so cooked. They'll think I'm a woman beater and that I lied about Greg. I told you that he never did anything. I can't believe this. I could get cancelled. I'm too young to go to the streets. And even worse, I could lose my huzz. This is an emergency. If I don't do something that could be as irrelevant as Greg. I had the brilliant idea of telling my dad about this and then he would wipe the video off the internet and expel anyone who was at the fight from the school. Yeah, I could still make it out of this. I ran to my house, but something goes up. There were people carrying boxes in a white van. What's going on? I screamed at them that they got the wrong house, but apparently they didn't. I went into my house to see what the heck was up, and I found my dad on the floor and tired. I asked him why there were movers here, and he said that he couldn't afford the rent anymore. How would he not pay for it? He has the best job in this town. and he said he lied about everything to me. He told me that he didn't build his company from the ground up, and he said he was just an average office worker. But he always told me that I should be like him. He was recently fired from his office job because he made a false report on Mr. Heffley, which led to Mr. Heffley being in jail for 2 days. Oh goodness, that was me who did that. That was all my fault. FBI, open up. Mr. Heffley, you're under arrest. Dad said that he never messed with Mr. Heffley's record, but they didn't believe him. Asked Dad how the heck he could pay such an expensive rent if he had a crummy job. He said he got it from Uncle Joshi. He's been lying this whole time about being rich and just borrowed money from Uncle. He begged for money at least once a month. I guess that's why Uncle Joshi doesn't like us very much. Please, I need this, Joshi, please. So not only did I get exposed by Holly, I now have to move out because it turned out my dad's a phony and a brokey. He fooled everyone into thinking he was the richest man in Plainview when all along he was just pocketing his brother's money and faking a business. I can't believe this is happening. Dad started breaking down and apologizing profusely to me. As much as I wanted to laugh at him, I felt bad. He had to live up to a bunch of expectations being the richest man in Plainview, and he had to weasel his way through fibs just so he can give me and Mom the life we have now. I don't hate my dad, but he's definitely a screw-up. Dad. He told me everything was going to be okay, and that we will get our house back in no time. He just has to beg Uncle for even more money and also figure out who got into his computer and put all that false information on Mr. Heffley. After all of that stuff I've been through today, I thought I wouldn't get into that much trouble if I came clean about me making the false report, but I was so wrong. Dad, I was the one who did the false report. What? He didn't curse me or chew me off. All he did was go to his room while not having any emotion. I'm definitely screwed now. Hopefully my punishment isn't too big. December. Welp, it's settled. I'm going to Spag Union in 3 days. Dad told me a few days after we lost the house, and I confessed to him that I was the reason he lost his job. I don't really mind. Not like school's any better. It's Bryce. Woman beater. Get out of here, Bryce. After the incident with Holly and Greg, I got suspended for a week. And when I came back, it was an absolute nightmare. No goons, no Haas, and no social stars. Everyone hated me because I beat Greg and slapped Holly. Speaking of them, looks like things are going very well for Greg. He ended up getting a ton of popularity from this. He's basically the new me now after bravely taking all my punches. Greg, shocking. Yeah, keep glazing me, guys. It's official. I've lost everything. Ollie blocked me on my socials. Betty won't answer my texts or calls. And my goons moved to someone more popular. It's not like I didn't deserve it. I don't know why I did the things I did at the time. I guess I got too cocky and full of myself to realize that when what I was doing was wrong. Maybe apologizing isn't such a bad idea. I mean, I really do have nothing to lose and everything to win. I guess I could try giving it a shot. I tried to go up to Holly to say sorry, but it ended pretty quickly. Damn. Bro got slapped. Makes sense. I kind of emotionally and physically abused her our entire relationship. I really am an ass. There was only one person left to apologize to, even if it was obvious that he wouldn't take it. Greg. Well, I tracked down his house and found him outside. As soon as he saw me, he told me to back off. I told him that I only wanted to talk, not fight. He said I had 1 minute to explain myself. Look, Greg, I didn't come here to seek your forgiveness. I just wanted the closure. I'm sorry for everything I did. I know you never wanted to do anything with Holly, but my ego took over and I didn't mean to take things this far. I was a misogynistic, selfish egomaniac, and you didn't deserve any of what I did to you. I hope you enjoy your newfound popularity, but please don't do the same dumb mistakes I did. If I'm being honest, Bryce, you were right to suspect me. I had an entire plan to get with Holly and make her abandon you. My idea was to make her realize how bad of a person you were by making you beat me up in front of Holly so she could dump you. I was also pretty selfish, but that doesn't excuse what you did to my dad and Holly. Yeah, I understand. I didn't really expect Greg to be the type to do that, but I can't judge Greg since I'm not a good guy either. Game recognizes game, I guess. I told Greg that I'm leaving to Spag Union soon, so this is probably the last time I see him. He said I'm gonna be out of his life forever, so you'll take my apology if that makes me feel any better. And to be honest, it did. Handshake? Yeah. Whoa. This whole being nice thing wasn't been horrible so far. Maybe if I was a bad guy, me and Greg could have been friends. Today's the day I go to Spag Union, and I feel significantly less sad than before. Maybe this could be a new start for me. Sadly, I won't be able to have my phone or my diary, so I can't catch up on the latest brain rot. I guess this is it for me. Hawk Tour. The end.